Hello Cancer, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus, and welcome to your reading. So Cancer, today we're going to go over your energy as well as your person's energy. We're going to see how the both of you are currently viewing this relationship and how you guys feel about it and what actions you guys plan on taking into this direction and are moving forward. So with all that being said, Cancer, let's get started. We're going to get the overall energy for this connection first, and we'll start pulling some tarot. So we do have release your ex. The time has come to clear your energy. Okay, you might be feeling this way, or maybe somebody that you're energetically connected to might be feeling this way. But I feel like someone's having a hard time letting somebody go. More of the story could be you. It could even be someone that you're once upon a time connecting with that might have a very difficult time letting you go. But let's see what's going on. We're going to focus on you first, and we'll jump over to your person. Just keep in mind that the roles can be reversed. How does Cancer currently view this relationship? Okay, so we do have the Six of Swords, we got the Eight of Cups, and then we also have the Four of Pentacles. So it kind of looks like recently you walked away from something that just simply wasn't serving you and are making you happy. Now we do see you very determined to move forward and move on with your life, Cancer. That's one thing that I will say. However, with the Four of Pentacles coming out here, you're still kind of holding on to this person from your past, energetically speaking, making it a little bit challenging and difficult for you to like officially move forward and move on with your life. Now we do see you taking the necessary steps towards moving forward and moving on with your life. I am definitely getting that, but energetically speaking, you're still kind of holding on to them and what you once upon a time had with them is basically what I'm getting. Oh man, we have the Two of Cups, you got the World, and then we also have the Ten of Swords. Ugh. It's like this person goes from being okay with this relationship coming to an end to not being okay. Look at it as like reality starting to essentially sink in, that the relationship has officially came to an end. It just kind of looks like when the relationship initially came to an end, it didn't hit them right away, is basically what I'm getting. But it kind of looks like the ending of this relationship is starting to, you know, hit them, and it's starting to hit them hard, especially with the Ten of Swords coming out here. I mean, that's a boatload of pain and sadness that this person's essentially sitting in due to this ending that transpired between the two of you. How does Cancer currently feel about this relationship? So we do have the Ace of Cups, we have the Queen of Wands, and then we also have the Six of Cups. Okay. Because you're noticing that you're having a very difficult time moving forward and moving on with your life, we do kind of see you falling into this energy of essentially thinking, well, if I just start dating new people and seeing new people, it'll help me, you know, get over this person and stop thinking about this person. So we do see you deciding to put yourself out there and start dating new people and seeing new people. Okay. Let's see. How does this person currently feel? Okay. Let's see what's going on. So we do have the Hermit. Okay. We have the, King of Swords, and then we also have the Ace of Wands. This person's contemplating on doing something. They're contemplating on doing something, and I do want to see what it is that they're contemplating on doing. Let's look at that. Tell me more about the Ace of Wands. Oh, okay. All right, let's see. Okay, we have the Eight of Wands to the Seven of Cups. Okay, this person's contemplating on extending themselves to you, but I feel like this person is giving themselves like a laundry list of reasons as to why they shouldn't. It's basically what I'm getting, but they do want to have a conversation with you. They're just kind of telling themselves all the reasons why they shouldn't have a conversation with you, as to why they shouldn't, you know, reach out to you. And one of those reasons being this right here, okay? They, through their perspective, so just keep that in mind, through their perspective, they are the one essentially feeling like you're the one that doesn't want anything to do with them. You're the one that causes ending here between the two of you. So because of that, you know, that's one of the, you know, things that they're definitely thinking about is, well, I mean, Cancer doesn't want anything to do with me. They're done with me. So what's the point, you know, of me contacting them? You know, they made it very clear that they're done with me. They don't want anything to do with me. So what's the point of me reaching out to them if they're done with me? Okay. Now, I think it's safe to say, you guys, that the both of you are having a very difficult time letting one another go. I am getting that. What actions? Okay. Will Cancer take towards this person or moving forward? Okay, so we do have the Emperor. So I do see you definitely connecting with someone fairly new. This person might be older than you. I am definitely getting that. If they're not older than you, they might just have more life experience than you do. I am getting that. But I think that you're noticing that your involvement with this new person, in a way, it is kind of helping you a little bit not think so much about this person from your past or dwell so much on this previous relationship. Now, keep in mind, even though it is helping you a little bit, you still kind of find yourself thinking about this person from your past, either which way. We do kind of still see you reminiscing about this connection, as well as kind of missing them to a degree. You know what I mean? But is it kind of helping you not think about them so much or reminisce about this past person that you were once upon a time romantically involved with so much? Yes, but you still find yourself doing that either which way. Here's the thing, even though physically you may have got up and walked away from this person, you haven't necessarily released this person yet. And this is kind of why it's so hard and challenging for you to move forward and move on, with your life, because yeah, physically you may have got up and walked away, but energetically speaking, you're still holding on. You see what I mean? You're not going to stop reminiscing about this person or thinking about this person until you make the choice to free yourself from this connection, like seriously, like mentally, spiritually, and emotionally. You see what I mean? And, energetically. That's the only way I see you being able to like officially move forward and move on with your life, is if you just let them go and release them. It's basically what I'm getting. But what else can you tell me for this new connection? Okay, wow. Wow. Now, here's the thing, okay? Here's the thing. This person that I see you connecting with / meeting, like I said, they might be older than you, or they might just have more life experience than you do. But this is somebody that you're going to see yourself having a lot of, you're definitely going to see yourself definitely seeing a future here with this person. I am definitely getting that. So you're gonna really, really like them and how they are as an individual, to the point where you will see a lot of potential here between the two of you. I am definitely getting that. And do I feel like that's going to really, really help you, forget about this person from your past? Absolutely. Absolutely. And here's why. This Emperor that I see you connecting with in the near future is going to be somebody who's very different from this person from your past. And I think that that's what's going to really lure you in, is how different they actually are compared to this person from your past. In other words, everything that you wanted this person from your past to be, they're going to essentially be that for you. And that's what's going to really draw you in and capture your complete and undivided attention. So is it going to take some time before you officially forget about this person from your past? Sure. But do I see you eventually forgetting about this person from your past? Absolutely. 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 Okay. Now, we do have the Ace of Swords, so 5 of Pentacles, and then we also have the 3 of Wands. Kind of looks like this person is deciding to just sit around and wait for you to contact them versus them essentially contacting you. Little do they know they're making room for somebody else to come along and sweep you off their feet. This is just something that they're just not, I would say, consciously aware of. I think that in this person's head, they think that, this connection between the two of you is just so strong and intense that you just can't break it. But see, that's the thing, right? Is that as they're over here deciding to not extend themselves to you, they're just making room for somebody else to come along and take their place. Now, this is not something that they are aware of. Keep that in mind. This person's just kind of going based off of the connection that the two of you have with one another and how hard it is to break. It's like they're looking at this connection that they share with you as like an unbreakable bond. But when this other individual comes along and breaks that bond between the two of you, because they will, I think that that's kind of when this person's going to find themselves experiencing a lot of regret in regards to, them kind of wishing that they would have basically contacted you sooner. Because listen, at the end of the day, all of this could have been prevented had this person, more than likely contacted you sooner. They would have definitely had a fighting chance here with you. But because they chose to not contact you and just sit around and wait for you to contact them, they just basically made room for somebody else to come along. And that other person will be the person that I do see you deciding to go off and build and establish a life with. Again, everything that you were wanting, from this person from your past, this new person is just going to turn around and give it to you. Like, no problem. No problems. they're just going to turn around and give it to you. You know what I mean? So I think that this new relationship is going to be very refreshing to you, because you're not going to find yourself begging for somebody to change or begging for somebody to treat you in a certain way. And you're not going to find yourself going through that with this other individual. They're just going to turn around and hand it to you and just give it to you. I think that it has a lot to do, with the fact that this new person, they do have a lot of life experience. I feel like this is that type of person that learned from their mistakes. Unfortunately, when it comes down to this person that you were dealing with in the past, there's a possibility this person, has made plenty of mistakes, you know what I mean? And they never learned from it or corrected it, With the World to the Ten of Swords to the Two of Cups, that's kind of also telling me that history is repeating itself in this person's life, and they may be consciously aware of it, but I highly doubt that they are. This individual comes off to me as somebody who's not spiritually based at all, so just keep that in mind. But with these 3 cards coming out here, that's kind of telling me that the reasons behind why things didn't work out between the two of you are the same reasons why things didn't work out between them and the person that they were dealing with prior to you, if that makes any sense. So history just continues to repeat itself. They just continue to experience failed relationship after failed relationship. And they don't fully understand why, because this person, is the type of person that thinks, things just happen just because, and listen, spiritually based people think that everything in life happens for a reason. There's a reason and a meaning and a purpose behind it. So if history is constantly repeating itself, for example, in your life, you're going to look at it like there's a lesson that I need to learn. Clearly I'm not learning something. This is why history continues to repeat itself, things of that nature. Them, on the other hand, they're going to sit there and look at it like, well, I just have bad luck. But it has nothing to do with them having bad luck when it comes down to, being in a romantic relationship. It has a lot to do with the fact that they're not learning what they're supposed to be learning here. You know what I mean? So I think it's safe to say the relationship between the two of you, it came to an end for the same reasons why their previous relationship prior to you came to an end. And they're just kind of sitting in this energy of like, woe is me, this always happens to me. I just have bad luck when it comes on to love. But it's not that. It's not that. It really is not that. I think this person is very capable of building and sustaining a relationship with someone, but it requires this person to grow and evolve as an individual, and it requires this person to change. Something that I just kind of feel like, unfortunately, continues to go over their head like a carry-on bag. It's like the lesson is like right in this person's face, but they just don't see it. You know what I mean? And I'm pretty sure that it was very hard for you to build and grow and establish a life with this person as they continue to just remain, fixed in their ways. You see what I mean? You see, with this person over here, I actually see you growing with them and evolving with them and building with them. You see what I mean? Things that you weren't able to do with them, you're going to be able to do with this new person. And that's what's going to really draw you in, is the fact that you can build with this person, establish a life with this person, and it's full of equal give and take, something that you didn't really experience in this previous relationship. So this is going to be a whole new experience for you, and you're going to absolutely love it and be here for it. But you will get over this person from your past. I am getting that. It's just going to take some time. You know what I mean? It's going to take some time. At the end of the day, you and this person have history. It looks like you guys had a very strong and intense connection with one another. So, I mean, it makes sense, as to why you're kind of struggling with that. But just hear me out. You will get over them. You will get over them, and the way that they're going about this entire situation just kind of makes the situation 10 times better, at least for you, because they are allowing somebody else to come along and take their place unknowingly. I am definitely getting that. So I think that, by them, choosing to sit around and wait to receive communication from you, which they're not going to receive, I think that, by them, playing their cards the way that they're playing it, I think that this is honestly the best thing that could have ever happened, at least for you, because if this person would have contacted you, considering the emotions that you still have for them, you would have been more prone to taking this person back. But because they're remaining at bay, it's just giving nothing but time, for somebody else to come along and basically take their place. And it's going to be somebody who's basically better than them in some way, shape, or form, is basically what I'm getting. Because I see this individual giving you what you've always wanted out of this person. And, it kind of looks like even though you didn't necessarily get what you wanted out of this person, you're going to be getting it from somebody else. You see what I mean? So then there's that. But that is what I have for you. Hopefully the reading helped. Hopefully it resonated. And I will see you guys in your next reading. Bye.